Hello, welcome to another episode of the Pianoforte Podcast. I'm your co-host Felicia, and here is my co-host Audrey. Hi, Audrey.
A new intro, finally. No confusion with the prepositions.
Mm-hmm.
As we talked about in the previous episode's intro.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are gonna be talking about a slightly random. It's not random. We are manifesting our dreams and wishes that might not ever true, but why not?
Yeah.
Let's take this all with a grain of salt. That, I mean, we have wishes, but we probably will not act upon it. So this is just for fun.
Yeah. A thought exercise.
We're gonna talk.
But yeah.
What?
A thought exercise. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about. We will discuss about musicians or people who work in the music industry that we would love to meet / talk to / become friends with, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just have some sort of connection. Doesn't matter how small or how big it is, but yeah, that's the main topic. And yeah, I mean, you would hear a lot of familiar names, let's just put it that way, or maybe some
unfamiliar names, who knows?
More newer names that you've never heard of before. But yeah. True. So how do we start this? Should we?
Do you want to just name all the names out at once or one by one?
Oh, we could just name everybody at once, like in a row, and then discuss how similar or how
different
different
like
we
our
are.
lists are as well.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to start?
I don't think my list is shocking.
Okay.
A couple that just directly came to my mind is basically almost the entire cast of Hamilton the musical, the original Broadway cast, and most particular is Lynn, the head of them all, and their musical director. Is it the director? The arranger, producer / everything. Alex Sycamore, that I have mentioned in many episodes. So those two are just directly on top of my head. Felicia knew that.
Yeah.
Obviously. There's no shock in your face. You're
Nope. I'll be shocked if you didn't mention them.
Yeah, right. The third, other than those two, I would generally love to meet everybody. Everybody are awesome. Pipa, Jasmine, David, Oak, everybody. Renee, Leslie. Everybody. Yeah, I love them. I love them. But most particularly those two. If I cannot see the entire everybody, then those two. And then I would love to meet with a singer-songwriter named Blessing. That's her artist name. I don't really know her real name, unfortunately. We are not friends yet. She has a couple really good songs. She is quite, I would say, religious person. Quite a gospel-y topic sometimes. But yeah, she has beautiful tones. I would really love to talk with her. Actually, when I first found out about her song, I put it on my Instagram story, and then she replied to my Instagram story, and I was like, so I already, I could contact her probably. I don't know. But yeah, I would love to actually talk with her, because I think she might be very insightful, and she has beautiful tone. Another person that I would love to be to have some sort of connection with professional connection as musicians, is Bangchan from Stray Kids. He writes and produces most of their music with his other buddies in the same band. It's a K-pop band, by the way, if the listeners don't notice already. I listen to K-pop. Yeah, Bangchan, he's good. And he's the same age as me. He's also an expat. I think I don't know if he just lived in Australia or he ended up taking the nationality. But anywho, yeah, Bangchan. And probably the ones that are dead are Tchaikovsky and Bach, because I like those two. I mean, yeah, I cannot explain particularly why and how, because they're very different from one another. But if you see my spectrum right there, but if you see my spectrum right here, like, there's gospel, there's musical, there's K-pop, there's baroque, it's romantic, basically everything.
Yeah.
So those would be my top 5. Was it 5? It's 6. I would count Lynn and Alex Sakamore as one.
Okay.
They're one unit.
One team.
So yeah.
Okay.
Top 5.
All right.
What about yours?
Okay, my list looks drastically different from yours. So top of the list is two-set violin. Very comedic duo. But also very knowledgeable.
Yeah, they are.
Right? And then Eric Satie. How do you pronounce his name?
I think
Satie?
Satie. So you just kind of like elongate the I. Satie. I don't know. French people, fact check us. This is the 3rd time this sentence is in the podcast series.
Yeah. Yeah.
We butcher people's names
all the time. I do. I think it's more on me. Right?
Probably. Yeah. Dvorak, for example.
My worst
Sorry.
nightmare. Okay. No, it's fine. Like, his music is nice to listen to, but he is also, I think he has an interesting perspective on music and life in some ways.
For some weird reason, no, we will discuss about this later on. Continue.
Okay, hold that
I
thought.
don't want to cut you too off.
Don't forget that thought.
I will. I hope.
Yusuf
I
Haydn.
promise. Okay.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yo-Yo Ma.
Yeah. Also understandable.
And then 2 more people on my list, actually. This one is Nadia Bolanger. Have you heard of her name?
No.
She is mostly known as a pedagogue. Like, she has taught many people composing. She's currently, she's no longer alive, I think. Yeah, but is she? I don't think she is. Yeah, but she's taught, like, some of her students are like names that you recognize. Esther Piazzolla. I think John Cage might have been. I can't remember. I really can't. So I need to check that one up. Quincy Jones.
Well, I almost put him on my list, actually.
You can just add his name to your list now.
Yeah, so that's one thing we have in common.
Yeah, no,
actually,
yeah.
You first.
No, I'm just saying, like, just based on those 2 names, you can see, like, her students have they are very broad, like in terms of genres and styles they compose in. So I think that's very interesting.
Oh, so Quincy Jones was her student?
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah.
I thought you wanted to meet Quincy Jones.
I am not very familiar with his works in a way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can't pronounce names. Idina Menzel.
Idina Menzel.
Menzel.
Oh, I don't want people to roast me.
Yeah.
But I would disagree on that. But I would love to meet Kristen Bell.
Oh, that is great.
Even though Kristen Bell Kristen Bell has acted in musical films. So
she was
Princess Anna, not Prince. Jesus.
Kristen Bell. She voiced Anna, right?
Yeah, Anna.
Frozen, yeah.
Yeah. And I think she went to like musical school or acting school.
Mm-hmm,
I
think so.
I mean, acting school would make a lot of sense, but I think she actually attended musical school, so like she was also trained for singing and dancing and stuff. But now I suddenly have an entire new list of like, I would love to meet these people as well.
Let's cut the list off here first, so we don't end up just listing.
The cast of Frozen, Josh Gad and Jonathan Groff. I would just love to put those two names extra there. I mean, if you want to meet Idina Menzel, I want to meet the rest of the cast. Yeah. We can meet them together. In our dreams, we are manifesting it. Yes. Somehow, someday,
somewhere.
I don't really want to meet Idina. I mean, she's cool. Why do you want to meet her though in particular?
I don't know. I think the thing is, the other day a while back actually, I was watching on Disney Plus. They have like the making of Frozen 2.
Oh yeah, they do have that.
And then I think she appeared. She did appear like in, I think, the first episode. I only watched the first episode so far. Wanted to continue watching, never got back to it. So anyway, and I think she has a very like sweet disposition. Like,
when she's very sweet. She is very.
She's very
she's not as bubbly.
Sorry.
You first.
No, I was just going to say like, no, I was one thing, she has a very like sweet disposition, and I think the other thing is like when you see some of the videos that has been posted online about her singing, she does have a tendency of like forgetting lyrics, and I think it's very cute in a way.
Yeah. I mean, she's not my favorite singer. I don't particularly want to like, I want to meet her. I mean, she's cute, but I think I would love to meet Kristen Bell a little bit more. She's a little bit more bubblier than Idina. Mm-hmm. Kind of also chaotic sometimes.
Yeah, seems like
I think she fits me a little bit better. Are we the sisters? Like, because Idina and Kristen Bell are playing sisters. You're Elsa. I'm Anna. I'm the more.
You think I'm like Elsa?
Could be.
Interesting. I mean, you definitely already pass off as Anna with the braids.
Hi. Oh yeah, the double braids.
Yeah, that goes in the front.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Anna. Yeah. But that actually, when you mention Idina, like truly a whole list of people just came into my head. I would also love to meet like Kirsten Chenoweth because of Wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, Idina was also like the original.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Cast on Wicked. Yeah, actually Idina did a lot of like musically type stuff. Mm-hmm. Even though I don't think she went to like musical school. I don't think so. But anyway, Google. Google has all the answers to all of that. Yeah. Throughout your list, do you want to elaborate some of them as well? Like, we have Haydn and Bach that could kind of like be a crossover, like quite similar, I would say.
You mean musically?
Yeah. Also, they're both Germans, no? Austrian?
Bach is German, Haydn's Austrian. They're both German speaking.
German speaking people. Deutsch.
Yeah. No, I think Haydn is interesting because it's like he worked for the Esterhazy family, and he spent quite a long, like when he was working there, he was quite isolated from like the musical community.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's like, you know, in some ways he had to be more creative in how he did things, like a bit more innovative, because he was a bit
I
cut
didn't
off
remember
from,
that he was quite like far stretched, like in terms of relationship with the musical community.
I think it's just specifically the part when he was with the Esterhazy family.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Who else was in your list? Satie.
Yes.
The thing about Satie is that I only know Gymnopédie 1, 2, 3. That's very cliche of people who know Satie. I know.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's like the first piece of work you get to know, right?
It's kind of
I'm on
everywhere.
Google right now. Let me just. What do I want to look up specifically? Yeah, I mean, there's like basically an article that is like, you know, I think one of the words people link with Satie is like weird. Like he does things that are unconventional. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. But I've heard that I don't know if it's from an article or my conversation with my ex piano teacher in Indonesia, former piano teacher. Whoa, ex sounds kind of harsh. But yeah, Satie is a weird dude.
Yeah, he is. That's why I think it'll be, in a way, some parts like interesting too.
I think like a weird dude in a sense that is like kind of not in a nice way, I think.
I mean probably. I mean, okay.
Yeah, but
yeah.
No, you first.
It's gonna happen so often in this episode.
This episode will be just like us talking over each other, just because this is. I feel like this is the truest
conversation.
Yeah, but also this is the truest like conversation based. You know, it's not because the other episodes is more like I don't know how to explain it. It's not yeah, there are games. But even like the episodes with like Robert, for example, there were a couple times that the talking over each other happened.
A little bit.
A couple times, even though you didn't jump in as much. Anyway, back to this time. Back to this.
With Satie, there's one. I can't pronounce his name still. But anyway, there's one piece that he has written that's called Vexations, composed in 1893. And this one, he has a text instruction above the stuff in the score that says like, basically this piece is supposed to be repeated 840 times in immediate succession. Like he does very weird things, you know.
So basically the blurbs. The blurb on top is like, repeat this piece 140 times.
It's even funnier. So apparently it goes, in order to play the theme 840 times in succession, it would be advisable to prepare oneself beforehand and in the deeper silence through serious immobility. But in French.
What?
Which I'm not going to try to read.
What? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's an odd dude.
Yeah, no, but which is I think like interesting in a way, right? Because he does things that are unconventional, and it's a bit
it
like,
has its quirk.
it's very quirky.
I mean, I could see him being bullied by people. That poor guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if here's the thing, could you imagine accompanying me meeting some of the people that were in my list? Because if I imagine I'm accompanying you as a friend and we're meeting Sati,
you ditch the
my
meeting.
my thought process would just be like, okay, why?
And my thought process, why not?
Yeah, that's probably how we ended up having quite a yeah. This topic shows how similar but how different we are.
In a way,
yeah. I mean, talking about like weird. I mean, this is not weird, but I think like from your list, I remember you mentioned Yo-Yo Ma.
Yes.
And that's like I would say kind of the opposite, not opposite to Sati, but like I just feel like Yo-Yo Ma is kind of like a wise dude and such, like, but kind of like in a way that I'm like, yeah, that makes total sense.
Right? It makes sense, right?
Yeah, but Sati has like its own quirk that's like, yeah, it doesn't make sense, but okay, yeah. So I had like the exact opposite like kind of reaction thinking about those two, and I find it very interesting that you picked those two.
I'm trying to pick like the widest range of people possible in a way as well.
So for me it's the genre that are wide. For you it's like the characteristics of the people that are wide.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I mean, like the first three groups of people I've mentioned, because two-set violin is not a person. It's a bit like, I think there's some part of like humor in there. Like they're kind of known in their own ways for like humor.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
True. They're quite entertaining in a sense. Different kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah, two-set. But I would actually also really love the movie two-set. I would agree with you. That was a great choice. Just for those who are non-musicians or who are musicians but know nothing what we were talking about, Yo-Yo Ma is a cellist, a classical cellist.
Yes.
Two-set violin are two violinists based in Australia. Yeah. But they're of Chinese descendants. Like they're
from Taiwan.
They are Asians. They're from Taiwan. Okay.
Yeah.
They love boba, just like I do.
Yeah, they are both okay. So basically, I have two violinists. They had music education. They played in a professional orchestra at some point in time, and then they now
run a YouTube channel
talking a lot about classical music or just music in general. But I think largely stemmed in classical music.
Mostly classical music, but sometimes they also delve onto other stuff.
And they are very funny. So
they're hilarious. They're
hilarious.
They're quite a. I would say like the comedy of classical musicians.
Yeah.
Ling Ling 40 Hours, for example, their catchphrase is like. Yeah, it's well known. It's well known among some musicians. Quite
a lot actually. They have quite a big following.
Yeah. Satie is a French composer. Romantic, or
romantic.
Late romantic.
I think he'll be closer to 20th century.
Already in 20th century.
He's probably around like late romantic to like early 20th century.
Late romantic 20th century.
Yeah,
right. The transitioning dudes.
It's one of the isms. Yeah.
Who else was your the pedagogue one?
Nadia
I forgot her
Bolanger,
name. Nadia Bolanger. Where is she from?
France.
Okay.
Yeah.
You choose people who we definitely cannot pronounce the names.
Yes, for some reason, yeah.
Yeah, but I probably need to bring like our colleagues that are of French descendants or
That speak
whatever.
French. They're
Yeah,
French
that speaks
speakers.
French. French speakers. Yeah. Who else? Idina. Idina is. Idina is
Broadway
a
singer.
Yeah,
She sings
she's
a lot on
more.
Broadway.
She's actually more. She's more an actress than a Broadway
yeah.
person, actually. But yeah.
But I think of her as just musical theatre, you know? Like, not just, but like more in... No?
No, I think she acted more rather than the musical
Really?
stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she's in some well-known productions. She's in the movie rendition of Rent. She is in Frozen, which is the money note.
Mm-hmm.
That is the nation.
Yeah. But I mean, Rent is also started as a musical.
Rent was in the musical, but she was in the movie version.
Right.
She was in Wicked,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't remember her.
Yeah, I remember
in
her.
other productions. But I could also be wrong. I could also just know the popular ones and not the unpopular ones. Yeah. And for me, who were again? Hamilton Broadway cast, basically the entire
Yeah, the entire gang.
the entire gang. Yeah. Blessing is an American-based gospel. I think I already explained a little bit earlier, but I just want to re-put there. Actually, the Blessing doesn't have any cross with you, right?
No.
Like it doesn't have
Zero
anything
cross.
to do, because like Idina and like Hamilton's, yeah, Broadway.
Mm-hmm. Then you mentioned a few other people.
I mentioned Bang Chan. That also doesn't have anything to do with you.
Nah.
Who else did I mention?
Another K-pop one, I think.
Did I? Wow, I even forgot who I mentioned.
Bang Chan.
I think I only mentioned Bang Chan, like the one. Oh, Bach and Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky, yeah. There we have it.
I mean, I don't base my my people that I want to meet based on the characteristics of the people, but more on
The music.
yeah. I like their music. I would like to sit while they do their work.
Yeah.
And I will just watch and be like, maybe ask a couple questions here and there. Be like, why do you do that? How do you do that? Yeah. But otherwise, it's not based on characters. See, we have a very different choice. Like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
If you would pick one to have a lunch with, only one of those, the ones that you have mentioned, I mean, think of it as in like there's no language barrier and they're alive.
From this list that I have, which honestly
That
is not
you have.
conclusive, right? Like, the list could just go on forever. Just drawing a line over here. Of this,
I mean, sorry, I also expanded my list just when you mentioned names. I'm like, yeah, I also want to wonder. But
from the names we've mentioned so far, on my
Yeah.
side at least, I think it would be Yo-Yo Ma.
okay, that's good.
Yeah, no, because he's
Can I
very...
accompany you then?
Yes, please.
Okay, I will come with you.
Yeah, no, because I think of
And
the...
we're manifesting sometime in the future.
Sometime in the future, yeah. Yeah, no, because I think the thing is like Yo-Yo Ma, he has a very deep connection with music. Yeah, like
He
it's just
is.
very,
He's
very
very
deep,
insightful
right?
as
Like,
well.
yeah, so I
It's
think
very
he can draw a lot of
cute.
insights and everything.
I actually I was kind of not. I'm not surprised, but I was actually, if I would pick from your list,
Mm-hmm.
I would actually pick the pedagogue, even though I still cannot remember
Nadia
her name.
Bolanger?
Nadia Bolanger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never heard of her name, but I would really, I don't know. I think it's the pedagogue student in me be like, oh, I would really love to meet her and just like listen to her lectures or whatever if she's teaching somebody,
Yeah,
you know.
that's true also.
So if I'm not accompanying you to meet Yo-Yo-Ma, I would
You'd be
really
off to
love
meet Nadia Bolanger instead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have a coffee date, something. Yeah. Do you have anybody from my list that you want to meet? I know my list is kind of a random one.
The Hamilton cast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? I'm excited that you say that.
Okay, because first off, I have to say, I'm not a very avid listener of K-pop. I only listen to whatever Audrey sends me.
True.
You know what I mean? So I feel like I don't have that much affiliation.
No
or
offense to Bangchan.
affinity to. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, but it's like
No offense.
I don't feel as deeply for K-pop that in the way that you do.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
True.
Hamilton, I think what it is about Hamilton that the musical that draws me in is that it's a big work, right? There's a lot of things going on in there, and there's so many threads lining up that just interweave nonstop, and it's always one of the things that is very fascinating. Like how does something like this happen?
Yeah, even like the like stage designers or like the costume designers, there's a lot of people behind the scene that you don't think about, that I'm just like, oh yeah, they're really good at what they're doing. And but I understand your point. I mean, it could also be that I mentioned their names the most to you.
No, but I also
Alex,
did
like
watch
a more
Hamilton.
You did after I kind of forced you to.
I was deciding
like,
between
watch
Hamilton and
Hamilton
something
now.
else, and then you were like, Hamilton.
Yeah, you
And I
were
slept like past
should I
midnight
watch this
after
one or
that.
Hamilton?
Yeah, you did that. My gosh. When I did,
Yeah, I
and then I
forced
couldn't
you.
sleep after that. I mean, I could, but it took a while longer to sleep.
It was such a hype, no? It was like,
No, I mean, it's so
You're-
dense and like very jam packed with many things that you just want to have time to unpack everything that you see, right?
yeah, it's crazy. I mean, that's why it's written with raps, because general songs you cannot put the words.
Mm-hmm.
You need basically like 700 words in 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool.
And what about you? In the
The
list,
one that I want to meet
yeah, from your list.
from my list.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically speaking, I think I also will pick Hamilton.
Yeah. Then let's go
Hamilton
together.
cast.
Let's go together.
We will go together. I mean, again, no offense to Blessing or Bangchan, that I mean, theoretically speaking, if I would meet like Bangchan or like Blessing, the conversation I imagine would not be as much as I'm a fan, but it could be a friend. You know what I mean? Because from age and from like, I think basically from age mostly, because they are quite younger musicians. I think it would be more of a music nerds conversations. But the entire cast of Hamilton, if I would meet them, it would be like a fangirling moment. I would probably die on the spot.
I think you would. I'll bring extra fan to just fan you if anything happens.
No, I would probably. You know what I truly really would love to do. I would like to sit next to every single pit musicians.
Oh
Just like,
yeah.
That's the part that you're playing. That's the part that you're playing. Because there's a video of dissecting Hamilton song, one of the Hamilton songs, and at that point I was like, oh yeah, everything, even everything on its own sounds really
good, right?
Yeah. I mean, probably that would happen if I would sit with Blessing and Bangchan and Bach and Tchaikovsky. I would be like, oh, that's what you're doing there.
Yeah.
That's the instrument that you pick. That's the delay that you use. That's the reverb that you use. I would probably do that to everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, I love Hamilton. A little bit too much. Yeah. We can go together.
Yeah.
So whenever you're coming back to Europe, by the way, Fish, you have to inform me, and if you are going to UK, maybe we can go to London and watch Hamilton on West End. I mean, it's not the same as the original Broadway cast, but it should be good. The same goodness, or even maybe better.
Yeah. I'll let you know.
That's manifesting our dreams. That's why this topic is manifesting our dreams.
Mm-hmm.
To meet those people. Maybe. Some of them.
You know what?
Most of your list is dead already, though.
I know. No, I was actually thinking of like three more groups of people to add in. Can I just throw the names out?
Add more in.
One of them is... How come I just forgot one of the names? And one of them is Dudamel. The conductor.
I don't know.
The conductor. Dudamel. The one with the hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Another one is... What are the names? Okay.
Sorry, I cannot help you.
No, you can help me. The people who wrote the words and the lyrics to Frozen and Frozen 2.
Oh,
was it a Kristen Anderson Lopez or something? And let me just look this up now.
Anderson Lopez. Right.
Yeah, okay,
Kristen
great.
Anderson Lopez.
I
Right.
do that.
You're right.
And then the third one that I forgot, and I'll let you know once I remember this. So
they're quite I would also, if you want to meet them, I would like to tag along.
I know, right?
Actually, they, in terms of like keeping the traditional musical harmonies and wordplays and stuff like that, they're more traditional than like Lin-Manuel Miranda. I mean, what is traditional about Lin?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to tag along. Do you remember your next?
No, I do not. But I remember the person was alive. Is alive.
That is 8 billions of us.
Yeah, exactly.
When you mentioned Quincy Jones as Nadia's student pupil, I would also like to just put Emily Bear in. She's younger than us actually, but she's like a prodigy. She has been playing like crazy stuff since she was 5, so she's out of my league. But I think she's also very knowledgeable. I mean she was basically taken by Quincy like under his wings, under his, I mean, Quincy do that with a lot of people. I think Jacob Collier was also.
Oh yes, I was actually thinking of Jacob Collier.
Oh,
thank you for that.
That's not hard to. That's not hard to.
Yeah, like this person is alive. Who is he?
Jacob Collier would. The thing about Jacob Collier is that I think whatever he's explaining, I would not be able to process as quickly.
No, but it's really interesting. Like I think he has a very in-depth understanding of music that goes beyond what we read in like music theory 101, kind of thing.
He's not traditional, as in the sense what his understanding of music is very, I would say, very fresh.
I'll say very fresh, but also very like in-depth,
Yeah. Actually, I did mention a couple while ago. I was trying to like analyze like his backing vocal stuff that he did on another person. Like he was a featuring, and yeah, I was trying to analyze his backing vocals, and I was like trying to copy that style to my project. He would be a great person to sit next to and just like adore their work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's a kind of fun topic. Sorry, my nose.
It's okay. But yeah. Okay.
Good.
That's a long list in the end.
I mean, it's a long list.
Could get longer though.
Could get longer. I mean, if people want to put your thoughts, yeah. Let us know. Yeah. And should we go to recommendations now then?
Yes, but I will need to look through my playlist.
Me
because
too.
I don't actually have one right now.
I do have one.
Yeah.
But it's basically, I don't know how to explain this. Like, I have one because this morning I just found out about this channel called JHM Gems. JHM Gems. That's the channel name on YouTube. This is, I think, the first time that any of us recommend a channel name instead of like a particular artist.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I kind of forgot who's the main. There's the main like leader of this group. They make covers of many songs, like pop songs, Havana, Despacito, but also like Butter by BTS. So K-pop stuff as well. Some of them are instrumental, some of them are with vocals, but yeah, the main guy actually, that is kind of the leader of this project. He's a cellist. His name is Ken. I don't remember his full name.
Okay.
Sorry. But I know for sure Ken is his first name.
Send it to me afterwards though.
I will send the link to you afterwards. To the listeners, you can go to our blog or read the description box of our videos for the recommendations. We always put it there. But yeah, Ken, he plays cello in a guitar way.
Oh.
Drum.
Very interesting.
Sometimes,
okay.
Yeah. He does some like short videos, kind of like TikTok based.
Right.
On Instagram as well. That's how I found him. I looked up to his channel, and I do like his channel a lot. It's a lot of cover, interesting stuff.
Yes.
Wait,
your thumb.
my thumb folds.
Mine doesn't.
It does a little bit. Not as extreme as mine.
Nah.
Anyway, this is such a distraction.
Okay, yeah. So that's your recommendation, yeah? Okay, mine is... Let me just check that this is... I think this is the one I'm thinking about. Okay, so there is this modern composer called Tan Tun. And he has written a piece called Concerto for Water Percussion and Orchestra. This was first performed or
Water
finished
percussion?
in 1998. Yeah, I've actually seen the YouTube video of it, and they literally have like a...
You need to send me that. You
Yeah.
haven't sent me
No,
that.
I haven't mentioned this to you because I keep forgetting about this. But yes, so there's this like this this basin of like water, and then they just do like sounds in it. Yeah.
Huh.
And it's
basically
it's
it's
very
kind of like
engaging
sound
to listen to.
designing.
you just
Music
think
with
of it as
sound
like water
designing?
as a kind sound design ish techniques, but you just think of like the water as an instrument.
Okay.
Okay, you just think of it like maracas or something, you know, but you just play in a very specific way, or you play in very specific ways, so you produce very distinct tones and sounds. And he does pretty cool stuff. I think there was one point where the percussionist he strikes was it a cymbal or a gong or something? He strikes it and he like dips it into the water so it's slightly submerged, and the sound is like magical. Like, who knew?
Who knew?
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes it took a while as well to like, especially if you only listen to that, you'll be like, what is that sound?
No, but like if you just pay attention to just the sound itself, it's actually very engaging.
Yeah.
Like he has,
but I think my brain would probably be like, I don't know that instrument that could sound like that.
But it just sounds like water. That's
But
the
yeah.
thing. It's really, really fun.
Yeah. Okay, you need to send me the video, or
Yes.
and also
I'll
put
post it on the blog, but I'll send you right after we record this.
Yeah, good. So that wraps up this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we said, you can go to our blog, look at our description box for informations, and well, yeah.
Yeah.
We might be planning a break after this episode.
We probably
but
will
it
be
is
taking a little break after this episode.
Yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying this episode so far and enjoying the series so far. And yeah, after the break, hopefully we will come fresh again.
Yes.
There's just a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah.
No worries. We are not hating each other.
No, we're still friends.
There's no drama.
Nah.
Nah? Did you say nah?
I said yeah.
Okay, good.
Probably sound like nah though.
So,
I said yeah.
all right. Then, bye.
Bye.